Historical images can often support arguments in history, but sometimes contradict as well. This painting by Sir Luke Fields in 1883 to this day is still used to portray the good qualities of a physician. It's easy to believe from this image that doctors were held in high esteem in the 19th century. However, this could not be further from the truth. In this week's reading, numbers argue that this was a period when only 1 in 3 doctors had any formal or recognisable qualifications and were often poorly educated and illiterate. There was little respect. The image shows this doctor attending to a sick child whilst her parents in the periphery seem helpless. In reality, the doctor would have had little influence on the recovery of the child. Was the doctor limited by the effectiveness of late 19th century medicine? Was he worried for the dying reputation of his profession? Medical education was equally in a state of shambles. Colleges were seen as the refuge for the academically inept and often had minimal entry requirements and ran as a fee-for-service business by local practitioners. Featured here are attendance cards, individually purchased by early 19th century medical students to gain admittance to clinical lecture series. There were no clinical hands-on instruction unless the pupil paid a local practitioner to observe the interactions with patients. This image confirms these didactic methods of instruction and the transactional model of education. Homeopathics, chiropractors, botanists, Christian Science practitioners and osteopaths all competed for the medical market. In this image, the fierce divide between homeopathic and allopathic practitioners is apparent. From the placards showing the academic degrees, it seems both practitioners were equally well educated, and the almost mirror image of each other suggests comparability in skill set and social standing. This image showing the Homeopathic Hospital Medical College in New York as a reputable institution that rivaled that of conventional medical colleges. In a time when doctors were bitterly divided, this image depicting the Chiropractors Association in Iowa serves as a reminder of the importance of cohesiveness in the medical marketplace. Having initially practiced illegally, the chiropractors eventually formed their own board with own licensure, despite efforts of the medical profession to prevent their legal recognition. Historical images such as those I've shown back up Numbers' textual interpretation of historic events. They've allowed me to gain further insight into an era where doctors were not the respected and trusted professionals that they are today, and I now understand why it would seem entirely reasonable at the time to turn to alternative healers.